most of it not to Mercy Hospital, which I wondered about. Didn't he need the fatty coin then from where I was sitting instead of a just Oh, God.
If I was to make a testimony, what would you say about me?
Oh, I would say that I really appreciate your performance on the 50% Doctor Who podcast. And boy, I really appreciate your politics.
Well, thank you. That's so nice of you to say. Thank you. It's funny though. I heard you say I was a cocksucker.
I do not recall saying that.
Huh.
Wow. Wow, folks.
Stand up at home.
Oh my
Stand
gosh. Come on.
I don't care where you are, what you're doing.
That is just
on the bus, on the train,
so
eating
beautiful.
dinner at home with your family,
So amazing.
in your bedroom. Stand up.
We are here. It is
Stand
the
up.
Margaret River special.
Yo! Come on.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
We are very, very happy to be here in Margaret
What
River.
a setup.
Yes, indeed. Look,
This is a bit of a home remedy, I suppose.
we even have,
Like-
as you can see, Margaret River
Oh,
literally
so we were here today, weren't we?
behind us. Yeah, this is where we were today. Conor makes a little cameo.
What a beautiful spot. And a beautiful spot at that. My God. Dan's walked off. He's trying to do something. I don't know what it is, but that's okay. Holy shit, I can see myself on the TV. How did you do that?
We were just getting ourselves ready, folks.
What the fuck? Is this a surprise?
Yeah, it gives us a little monitor,
Is
you know.
this a surprise? I didn't know I could see.
Should I show the
You didn't
the
tell
setup
me
we've
you were
got
doing
here?
this.
So we've got the
You didn't tell me you could do this shit.
the audio, we've got the
Hi.
green.
Hey, yeah.
and then right over there we've
what
got
the fuck?
the TV monitor, folks.
What the fuck?
That way we can see exactly
I didn't know
what
this
is
was
going on.
Was this a surprise?
Well, it's just, you know, we like
I
to...
wondered what this big cable was connecting to the TV. I didn't know what it was.
We like for the show to be as smooth as possible
Well,
over here on
fantastic.
the For a Laugh podcast.
Honestly, that's awesome, man.
We're very proud of you, Dan. Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Conor. No, thank
No
you.
worries.
Thank you for being here. We're here together. We're here
It's so
on
cool.
our Margaret River holiday.
I have a mini monitor here, and
we
I have
the big,
TV
the blown
up there.
up monitor. It's perfect.
So yeah, we're in Margaret River on our holiday.
Yes, indeed we are.
Does today mark our halfway through point? I suppose.
It's Thursday, so I suppose it technically is the
halfway point.
holiday
of,
point, yes.
And yeah, we got the weekend to go through. So, you know, we're having fun. We're up to no good.
That's
Yeah.
right. We are
I hope you know we're up to
absolutely
no good. But,
tearing up. No,
and
we
have
certainly
have
are.
some funny stories to tell, that's for sure.
Oh, we've
There's a lot
got-
of rain outside. I'm not sure if you can hear it.
Yeah. You might not...
It probably is getting picked up by the mic, so I'd be surprised if it isn't.
It is a rainy day in Margaret River. We've come in winter, as we always do. It's
Yes,
sort of the
we have to, don't we, folks?
Margaret River tradition is to come during the middle of winter because we're idiots. But you know what? We love this place so much. We just love
Yeah,
to
why
come and
do we
see.
do that every year, Dan? I don't know. What a crazy time of the year to come because
It
everything's
is a good question, isn't it?
places close early. Some places aren't even open.
That's
and,
right.
It's
It's a real
constantly
tricky-
fucking. First 2 days were fine. The last few days, rain. Like
Oh, it's been awful. It's been
very bad.
certifiably awful, my friend.
Certifiably. But it's been fun. It's been beautiful. And yeah, we're at our halfway
That's been
point,
lovely.
so
Cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers to you, sir. We're enjoying some Coronas with lime
Yes,
in it.
indeed. And,
lime in it, folks. We've been very much enjoying ourselves.
No, we're so glad to be able to be here, to be able to give you guys a show today, and to bring a bit of a remote show, a bit of a show on the road, on the river, as they might say.
In
And
the
no,
Margaret
we've-
River, yeah.
Yeah, we've got plenty of topics today. We've got plenty to talk about. I mean, just because we're away, just because we're on the road, doesn't mean things aren't happening in the world. I mean, my God, the former president got shot at. You know,
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin's trial just got dismissed. We've got all sorts to talk about.
As much as we'd like to say, Dan, the world does not stop because we go on holiday.
I wish it did.
Dude.
I wish that everything just paused while we were away.
No, you're sorely mistaken.
If
Dan.
only, pal, huh? If only.
The president got shot the day we went on holiday. And I
it
think
had to be that, didn't
and
it?
in a sense, that kind of set up.
And we say bye-bye.
It set up the holiday in a sense.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, our escape from reality.
So we started with so this is literally in this room. I had this bit idea about this Alec Baldwin thing that I saw about a woman saying how much she loved him on SNL, and I thought it was so funny.
Yes.
And then she got called out for calling him a dumbass. I said, "Damn, that could be a funny bit." I know we haven't done a bit in a bit, have we?
No
we haven't
skits,
done a bit.
yeah. And
we haven't done a skit in a bit.
good way to put it. And
Why is that, Dan? Your response?
Bruh.
Put me on the spot, my friend. My goodness.
There's no hidden beef though. No, generally I just think we just stopped doing them, I guess.
I love the bits. I love the bits and the skits, and I think that the more we can do them for the show, the better it is. I think they've worked in the past when we've done them for fun and we just have fun with it. And
but
I think
they're quite topical, aren't they?
And that's the
They
thing.
normally are quite
I think it's a
topical.
bit of an SNL type, like
Topical. Shut up.
topical skit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Keep up to date in the news.
You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, what hilarious bit can we make this week?
Exactly. And
That's
it's a bit of
hilarious.
fun. It's nice to tack onto the show. So we love doing a little bit. As Conor mentioned, we did do that sort of opening Alec Baldwin bit.
Yeah.
That is in reference to quite an interesting video.
Thank God! I've been let off shooting someone who died.
Oh, well, that's right. So, yeah, this video kind of comes off the heels of the news that Alec Baldwin has been acquitted, right?
Yeah, I believe it was taken from that court session. He's free.
Wow. I'm hearing
Would
this
you
for the
trust-
first time.
How do you feel if Alec Baldwin was with you?
If he didn't have a gun,
Yeah. Do you? Okay, let me
probably still threatened.
allow
to
me
be
to
honest.
rephrase. Alec Baldwin has a gun.
Well, as long as I don't have to wear a MAGA hat, I think I'll be okay. Yeah. And don't tell him, don't tell him that I believe in the wrong political party, because who knows what that guy might do.
And we say bye-bye.
No, I kid Alec Baldwin.
She was a. Yeah.
You
I won't
got
finish
something
that.
that's okay.
No.
Okay. We're not gonna go there. No, look,
She was
I
a
kid,
Republican, folks.
I kid Alec Baldwin. God's sake. No, I think I might have said this on the show before, but my general take with regards to the Alec Baldwin charge is that I think that he was like a producer.
You got to me when you're talking.
Well, I just thought give you the reaction shot.
Of course, yeah. No, of
I
course.
think that as much as he was an actor and he did the shooting in his role as an actor, I do think in his role as producer on set and on that film, I think that he had, honestly, in my opinion, more of a responsibility to make sure that that kind of stuff wasn't going to happen and wasn't going down. Sorry if that's controversial. I
that's
think
fine.
from what I understand, there was quite a lot of local New Mexico non-union workers, and this was also around the time of like the writers' strike and crews kind of striking and everything. And so from what I understand, I think a lot of the, unfortunately, errors that came, were a part of oversight by producers as well. And as much as I think any other actor that had just gone on the day and done their job and shot a gun that killed someone would not be at fault, I think that unfortunately Alec Baldwin did, in my personal opinion, have a bit more of responsibility as a producer on the project. Now, he was acquitted and he's not going to be charged. So they obviously the court, when it came down to it, decided that it didn't really make sense to charge, good old Alec with this crime. And you know what? If that's the court's decision, I got nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I think it's really important that producers do make sure the set, I think producers have a responsibility to maintain a safe set, even if you're an actor in the production. But at the same time, I do agree with what people are saying about, in his role as an actor, if you're given a gun and you shoot and it killed someone, I don't think that's the actor's fault. I think he bears some responsibility as a producer, but that's my take. That's my political take. What do you?
I kind of literally see myself as a big star.
Yeah, that's Alec Baldwin all over, isn't it, folks? I mean,
Well, he's acquitted.
he is acquitted, and
how dare you make jokes about him?
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry, Alec.
No, that's okay.
Just as
I found this clip on Twitter though. It's so fucking
yes,
funny.
just as Alec has been a big star
Allow
on
me to
the small screen and the big screen,
ball opener.
you know, in 30 Rock and all these other productions, he's been literally a big star. Recently, he's been able to almost reach heights of stardom that maybe
literally see myself as a big star.
Didn't even expect, because he certainly, with all of this hullabaloo about the trial, has been getting a lot of coverage and been getting discussed. Clips from the trial have been going mega viral.
Yes.
And this clip in particular went viral this week, and this is exactly what we were parroting in our opening skit. It's a good bit of fun, so let's take a look and see some of...
And enjoy
see the awkward situation that Alec got left in.
Appreciated the acting that he did on Saturday Night Live, and I really appreciate his politics.
You told one of the witnesses who disagreed with you during an interview that you thought Mr. Baldwin was a cocksucker.
I do not recall saying.
Right. So she definitely said that.
So
She's guilty AF.
She said that shit.
She's guilty as fuck. Come on. Can we not deny that at least?
Yeah, I think that it's funny.
What? Because now he's in the room, Mr. Big movie star, Mr.
I kind of literally see myself as a big star.
I feel like she clearly did not expect to have that quote at least referenced to her.
Well, you said it.
Yeah, well, she did say it. So
look, I think this is because that's the thing with these.
I do love
court hearings. They get, especially all the big ones, like, you know how all that bullshit with you know, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Yes,
you know,
all these big court cases, and
you know, all
the media just loves to cover it,
and you know, all that kind of thing. But that was all covered by.
I will say, I do love this look that he gives when
he's got a good head of hair.
I think she's when the guy says cocksucker,
yeah,
he does make a funny look.
Cocksucker.
Well,
he's like, huh?
Look, Alec, you might have a great head of hair. What a crazy thing to say, though. Like, I loved him on SNL. Like, what a nuts thing to say.
Yeah, on the jury stand, on the witness box, to be like, I loved him on SNL. I love his politics.
I found you so hilarious on SNL.
He really healed the country by making funny Trump noises.
Okay, like his bit on SNL was okay.
It was okay.
Dare I say it, Dan? It was just okay. By the way, someone making fun of Trump, I know he dressed up as him, and we've seen fucking Shane Gillis do it this week. I'm over that. I'm kind of over this whole, like, you know, I know Alec's not a comedian, but, you know, it's like famous person who is dressed up as Trump.
Trump is such a unique figure
him.
that
like, it's just so cringe.
Look, if
I'm saying no to that, Dan.
If you're going to do a Trump impersonation based on how insane and eccentric and how much of a showman that Trump himself is, any Trump impersonation, you have to like go 10 times bigger to do a better job than Trump does himself. And I think it's kind of an impossible task. Like, anyone trying to do a Trump impersonation, it's a losing battle because, you know, it's... Although I will say, I will shout out to the guy on SNL who does the Trump impressions these days. Who's that? His name is, I think it's James Austin Johnson or something. I can't remember his exact name. But he does do a good Trump impression. I'll give him that. Our Trump impression?
Daniel, I am enjoying doing the podcast with you.
I am so glad to be here with my best pal. My best pal in the whole world, folks.
Well, look,
the entire world.
Look, we do. But hey, if I do a Trump impression, I ain't expecting anyone to give me a fucking in court of all places. a bit of a get out of jail free card because his Trump impression is so great. I don't know if that's coming in to save me.
Your
if I
Honor,
ever
did you
go
consider that I made fun of Donald Trump on TV?
there. Well, great.
Yeah. Maybe you should acquit me,
His impression on SNL. It's so dumb.
It healed the nation.
What a crazy thing to bring up. Oh, SNL, that great show that everyone loves.
Also, it's so strange in a court hearing to be like, I really like his politics. Like, what are you talking about? That's so random.
Do you know what's so funny? I feel like SNL is just a show that like would never get cancelled. Like it's such a staple, I think.
Yeah.
I think even if views were so bad, I generally don't think it's a show that will ever get cancelled. So it's like
it's the show that brings New York together, folks.
Sure.
That's why Trump's hosted SNL in the past, my friend.
And that's what I don't like about it. Like I think, I'm sure political views can change, of course. We all go through different political views. But it's true. When Jimmy Fallon had fucking Trump on and then he's shitting on him like, yeah, all the kids loved it, folks.
They loved it. They just loved it.
And then a year later, he's making fun of him. And it's like, so, you had Trump on. Was it during his presidential run? Was that when he went on?
What the hell do you have to lose, right?
Yes, I believe it was when he was running in 2016. He went on Jimmy Fallon.
No,
he rustled
SNL.
his hair.
SNL,
I think it was 2015, I want to say, that he went on.
Right. But still, like, he's a controversial figure.
Absolutely.
And I think they at least agreed to have him on. I know now he has been president and is running for president again. It's just kind of funny how, like, suddenly this guy we had on who we actually don't agree with him and we're going to shit on him. But they had him on. They had him on. They full on had him on. He was the host.
At the end of the day, a show like SNL, to me, I think the place that it should occupy in the culture is just to be entertainment, just to be silly, make fun of how the world is type entertainment.
Do you tune into it? Because I know you're a bit of an SNL fan.
I do watch an SNL here and there. Sometimes if there's an interesting guest or I hear.
Do you enjoy the political banter?
Honestly, the best
that's going on.
In my opinion, some of the best skits in recent SNL years have been the non-political ones where it's just funny. It's just trying to be a funny sketch, And like, don't get me wrong, can they make a contemporary political commentary in a way that's funny? It's possible, but more often than not, it just ends up being cringe. And it's like, does the entertainment we consume have to always have a moral message like you have to think this way or you have to think this way? It's okay to just make fun of shit and have goofs and be funny without necessarily having to take a moral stand on every thing, I don't know.
Thank you, Dan.
Just saying. Sorry.
Okay. I don't know. I just think I don't watch SNL.
Like my point is
despite what other people would say.
I think it's lame that they had him on and proceeded to like diss him massively. But I think that it's like the show can just exist for the purpose of entertainment and satirizing what's going on.
I would say the same for any politician. I'm not just. I know one of our lovely viewers, Jimmy, said that we're Trump supporters.
Whoa!
And I ain't. But like I would just say like any politician coming on, it's like it's funny how like that week they were your guests, but then like any other week, you're gonna fucking shit on them and destroy them. And I know politicians should be shat on, but it's funny because like you reap the rewards of them coming on the show. You I'm sure got great views. I'm sure you made a lot of money from it, and then to be like also in the next week like fuck this guy. But anyway,
Bruh. I'm gonna come.
It's all happening, folks. Everything is happening.
Are we talking about him next? Is that the next?
Well,
look,
I really
speaking of that guy.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh gosh, I don't want to make it a Trump show, but we at least have to talk about Trump.
Thank you, Dan.
The assassination attempt on Trump.
Yes. Well, it's so big you can't.
My God,
it.
the man got shot at.
Yeah, he did.
And listen. He is running for president, so he's a political figure, but also he is a former president. Like, even if he was a former president and he wasn't running, any other former president, you know, and there's assassination attempt, that's insane. That's crazy. So yes, he's running, but like just the fact that this character, this figure in American politics had a literal assassination attempt on his life, man. Someone tried to shoot Trump dead.
Yeah. And I was saying to you, like, we're in that day and age where like that clip, like we would have like mainstream apps like Twitter, we would have
seen Trump's splattered head.
We would have access to the literal assassination.
We would
like
see 4K
back in the day
footage.
with like JFK, that it exists through photos.
There's like a few like film shots of it, but it's very
there are a few film,
but I know what you're saying. It's like I've seen so many angles of this Trump assassination, and if
like,
it was successful,
everyone has it was being filmed through a main camera, and then we had
his head splatter in 4K.
Well, yeah, and everyone's filming. Well, a few people in the crowd were obviously filming him. Obviously, they didn't know there was going to be assassination.
Filming fireworks. They just wanted to film it.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Be there,
like they would have gotten, as we've seen, like multiple angles. Look, I know you've. Well, I should say I am not a Trump supporter. But you know, when I woke up on Sunday morning, my mother told me that Trump got shot at and nearly died. Yeah, I
so insane, man.
I think it's fucked up. Like I don't think anyone. Look, Trump's obviously a ringleader for a lot of wacky ass people. I think, is that fair to say?
Sure, definitely.
And look, he is a ringleader, but also I don't think anyone should be shot at, despite who they are. Even if it was Biden, who I fucking hate.
It's like I said.
And by the way, I am a loving liberal, if you want to know. But I hate Biden. But I don't think anyone should be shot. As our prime minister said very well.
Yeah, he denounced it. That's right.
He did a speech, by the way, before fucking Biden did. I know Biden released a statement, but he did a speech before him.
He was on camera before.
I think, regardless.
Well, it's probably because Biden had to do five takes to get it right. You know what I mean? Like,
let me make this clear, as Albo said, our beautiful PM.
Cheers, Albo.
Let me make this clear. Yeah, he said like it's like I think
political violence is not acceptable.
Look, as much as like I think that's the problem these days. It's like us and them. It's like at the end of the day, I think we can all come together, a lot of us, and be like that was just fucked up. And regardless of their views, I think we shouldn't. Death is just not the option for me. It's like fucking bizarre.
Definitely not. And it's like I said before. He may represent a political movement, sure, but he also does represent a former head of state. And that, I'm sorry, folks, but that is an important figure in American politics. And if that person was assassinated, whether it was Obama or Bush or whoever else, that's not good for the country, folks. I mean, that's insane.
No.
You don't want political violence on that level to be how a country's political system operates. It's savage. It's barbaric. I say it.
It's not the way to go.
Yeah, definitely not.
I'm sure a lot of people's lives were very much changed by Trump, and that's understandable. But like, I don't understand why being shot at is the right move.
Not to we can get through the clips sort of quickly, but just to illustrate the close call. Of what happened. This is some footage actually of. This is when it happened. This was the angle. Dan. Let's take a look.
Take a look at what happened.
So there's no.
You can see everyone.
So it's again. So someone died in the crowd.
I believe someone behind him died.
So that's. I hope I don't mean this in like I hope we do have this I'm not saying we should. I hope no one has footage of them dying. Like hasn't been any.
I don't know. I saw an angle that was after the shooting that I don't know if you could see a body, but it showed like the bleachers And there was a lot of blood on the bleachers. So I did see a video of that, but I haven't seen an angle.
And again, like you know, I don't think we can look if we can't judge these people. Like if they feel like they want to go here, like that's okay. Like,
another thing, just quickly, because you brought up that a guy died. People have been
was
digging
it a guy? I thought it was a girl. Is it?
I think I initially thought it was a girl. I think a girl got shot and a guy died. So the guy who died, he was like a volunteer firefighter, as far as I understand, and pretty much died because he was shielding his family from getting shot to death. Now, I will say this. People have found some of the guy's tweets that he made.
The guy who died?
That's right. And they're pretty pro-Trump sort of stuff you'd expect.
Bruh.
And like conservative opinions. And listen, I understand the instinct to want to criticize the guy's beliefs, but, you know, political opinions aside, no one deserves to die. Like, he wasn't even the target. The guy was going after Trump. And this guy's there with his family, engaging in the political process. He might have opinions you disagree with or you think are horrible.
Well, that guy's shooting. He can't, like, he must have known that, like, even if he hit Trump, he probably will hit someone else.
Or a Secret Service member, you know, or someone. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at this angle one more time.
Take a look at what happened.
It sounded like a mosquito. The biggest mosquito you've ever heard. As he said. Sorry. Yeah, that's what he said to
the way that he takes the... yeah.
It sounded like a mosquito. The biggest mosquito you've ever heard.
The way that he like... It's like he literally... He has said he got shot in the ear, and you can almost see it.
Take a look at what happened.
It's horrible.
Oh my god! It's like you can see how close of a call it was.
It is. I know I'm joking, but it generally is like fucking horrible, and I would say that for any politician. It's so fucked up. Like, it's not necessary. It's
so
messed up.
I've got
this is insane.
Yeah. So this is a few angles.
This is so crazy.
These are some angles I've found that do a really good job at illustrating just how close he came to dying. So this is a close-up of his facial movements in the moment he was shot, and there's an illustration on screen that basically shows how close he came to having his brains blown out, and how his head tilt sort of at the last second kind of saved his life. Let's take a look.
Take a look what happened.
I mean,
it's divine intervention, man.
It is literally some sort of divine intervention. I mean, like him or hate him, the man has been touched by God. Like, the man has the luck of 1,000 leprechauns. I don't know how.
1,000 leprechauns.
Yeah, does that make sense?
In a sense, yeah. Well, they're lucky, you know.
And 1,000 of them must be.
And 1,000, Jesus, you're the luckiest man alive.
Well, look at this. Are you not the luckiest man alive if you narrowly miss a bullet like that?
Yeah,
I mean, my God.
Nuts.
I don't think I've ever been this lucky at a casino even. You know what I mean? It's like, Christ. Here's another... Thank you. Here's kind of the same video, but it's sort of... It kind of visualizes the shooter's perspective. So let's say if the shooter was looking at him like this and he went to take a shot at his head, and then when he moved his head, that's how it would have hit his ear, because from the angle that the shooter was aiming, I believe the shooter must have been higher up, because obviously he shot at crowd members, but this is just an illustration to give you an idea of how
nuts.
How a sudden head movement, just a tiny little change in your head movement, can be the difference between splat and survival. And frankly, not just survival, but some pretty iconic imagery. This was Trump moments.
That is
after the assassination.
That's going to be in history books.
What? I mean, this photo is unbelievable.
That's in history books for sure.
This is a history book photo, 30, 40 years from now, this will be in every
And
kid's.
the flag in the background.
The American flag, the raised fists. You can literally see the blood on his face. It is so insane. He has blood. So for the audio listeners, he has blood covering his ear and splattered across his cheek. Raised his hand, big old fist, pumping the fist. American flag flying behind him. It is a phenomenal photo. A lot of people saying whoever took this photo has definitely got to win some sort of photojournalism prize because that is just unbelievable. Right? I mean, what an insane photo. We have a couple of other photos. This
One for
was
history books, folks.
This was a closer angle. He was shouting, "Fight! Fight!" Look at that, man.
So that's what he was shouting.
Yeah, he got up and he I think it was just adrenaline rushed, man. I think he was like, I think in that moment
He
was
was
just
saying
raring to
fight,
go.
just like
The first
fight,
thing
fight
he did
the
say,
libs or something.
to be totally factually accurate, the very first thing he did say was, "Let me get my shoes," which was kind of a funny.
What?
There's a clip where
He
you
went up fucking on his socks or something?
I don't know. Maybe he took his shoes off to stand at the podium, or maybe they fell off when he ducked. I don't know. But there's a clip of the Secret Service like.
Forget your shoes. We'll get 'em later.
Literally, they bring him down, and the first thing he says is like, "Wait, let me get my shoes."
No.
It's very random, but that is technically the first thing he says.
Yeah, but that's you're in shock. You're not thinking straight.
Yes, so he puts his shoes on, and then immediately
You're not thinking straight. You're
he stands up straight and literally full straight, fist pumps the air, and that's when he starts saying "fight, fight, fight." And I got to admit, it's pretty fucking epic. I mean, my goodness.
How soon after the shots was the shooter dead at this point when this photo was taken?
The shooter died pretty immediately. Yeah, I believe.
But does he know that?
I could be wrong. From some of the clips I've seen of the moment that it happened, they were saying like shooter down. So I think that I believe when he stood up and did the fist pump, it had been said out loud that the shooter had been taken out. And so he knew it was, quote unquote safe to pump the fist. You folks, you've witnessed history. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Here's another one, just freaking pumping it. What? Crazy. And his face is so defiant, I think in that moment, I don't blame him for being adrenaline rushed. He would want to just immediately be like, fuck anyone who wants to take me down.
What a world we live in.
Crazy.
Yes.
And then, of course, as both of us predicted, to be honest, we were never going to get a version of this happening without Trump milking it to the very max. And so, of course, a couple of days later, when he appeared at the Republican convention, where the Republican politicians came, he, of course, had an ear patch covering his ear, something like a Band-Aid. You got to draw attention to it.
I kind of literally see myself as a big star.
And we've turned the audio off on this video, but I mean, I'm telling you, the energy in that room of these are the Republican, voters, and
Milwaukee
politicians. They were ecstatic. They loved him. I mean, that him being there, you can see there the nice shot of the ear. And he just milks the crowd, man. He just goes with it. He just takes the opportunity like no politician, man. He knows when a crowd is begging for it, and he just gives them.
Is that Junior?
Yeah.
Junior's there?
Junior's there.
Junior's
his
there?
new vice president's there. It's all happening.
Wow.
Yeah, so good old Trumpy boy. At least he's alive. Thank goodness. Because I do think...
Oh, no. There's the MAGA baby.
The MAGA baby.
Mr. President, kiss my baby on the forehead.
Goo-goo.
Is that his VP?
No, that's Marco Rubio.
God, I don't know what the fuck it's got. I don't know any of these fuckers.
His VP does look a lot like Trump Jr.
Kiss my baby on the forehead, Mr. Trump, please.
His first words were goo-goo MAGA.
That's a good one.
Oh, Jesus. Well, yeah, there you have it, folks. I mean, that's basically
Well,
where America is at.
look, regardless of how we feel, I am glad he's still alive.
Me too. Thank you for surviving, Mr. President.
The rain has come again.
Yeah.
I think same as you. I don't think he should have fucking died.
Oh.
Thank you.
No, certainly not. You know, I mean, my God, like, what are we, a caveman country? You know, we don't need politicians dying left, right, and center. My goodness.
That is true. We are not cavemen.
Yes, we're civilized. A civilized nation.
You know what I'm talking about?
So, speaking of a civilized nation, well, let's talk about something tenacious. Specifically, Tenacious D. Thank you. Because Jack Black and Kyle Gass have been touring Australia recently.
I wouldn't even say. Can you say they've been touring if they only did 2 shows?
They had planned.
To tour
Australia.
Not Perth, by the way, which is where we're from.
Yeah, come on, guys. What the fuck?
So that's not a that's
to
not a
us,
place.
it's like the tour hasn't even changed at all. You know, that's still not coming to
would you have
Perth.
gone if they?
If Kyle had said what he said and then they were coming to Perth, maybe I would.
That's not what.
Okay.
Well, if Tenacious D was coming to Perth, would you have gone?
I probably wouldn't have gotten a ticket. I will admit that. I'm sorry, Tenacious D. Sorry, Jack Black, Kung Fu Panda. My apologies, guys.
Right.
However, as little as the interest of Tenacious D's goings on is to us, they have stirred quite a stir in the last week or so. That's a good question. It's a good point. Tenacious D was performing in Sydney, and it was Kyle Gass's birthday.
It was the second night.
The second night of the entire tour?
Of the entire tour.
Wow. That is crazy. So this happened at a Sydney crowd, and it led to some things that we'll tell you about on the other side of this clip. Let's take a look.
Happy birthday, make a wish, Canada. Don't miss Trump next time.
What?
Bruh.
So for those who didn't catch that, Kyle Gass, member of Tenacious D, the band with Jack Black,
Don't miss Trump next time,
had a birthday wish to not miss Trump the next time. Presumably referring to the assassination.
Presumably,
yeah. There's no way to
Yes.
know for sure,
Right.
obviously. Well, listen. I think that it was... I have a few thoughts about this. Now, before we get to our thoughts, I think it would be important to give the viewers the context that immediately following this show, the next day, Jack Black announced that the tour was Joever. The tour was done.
yes.
No more Tenacious D shows. This is not just going to ruin the tour. This is going to ruin the world tour, my friend.
The group broke up. The group broke up, basically. They
are officially on hiatus, folks.
No, they're fucking not.
I think you're right.
Well, he said, I don't see it happening any time in the foreseeable future.
They're taking an extended creative break.
Right, okay. I have thoughts, but continue.
Well, that's what they say. And Jack released a statement saying exactly what you just said, that the tour's Joever.
What the fuck?
That creatively, Tenacious D is taking a break. For those who are not familiar with Tenacious D, they've been a band since like the 90s, I guess. A comedy duo.
I'd say so, yeah. There was a movie.
And they've
I
had
haven't seen it.
They did a movie together. They've had some,
you've played me once or twice, the greatest song.
They've made a song called Tribute. That's pretty iconic. They have some big hits as a band. And they're just a comedy duo.
You know what I'm talking about?
So Yeah, the immediate reaction was that Kyle Gass was dropped from the Tenacious D duo, and that the band, the
duo,
tour,
yeah.
it was over. And I personally find that to be very sad and honestly very disappointing, because Kyle said that in a crowd in Australia where, frankly, and I'm sorry, but we can even see that clip again, but like the reaction by the crowd is pretty much laughter, right? I mean,
Make a wish, Canada. Don't miss Trump next time.
now I'm not saying that it makes it okay that the crowd laughed. I'm not saying the crowd laughing makes it okay. But I will say that he said it in front of an Australian crowd where, by and large, knock on wood, political violence is not as much of an issue as it is clearly in America.
Dude.
And I think that the controversy, quote unquote, that everyone keeps hinting towards or implying, frankly, I just think isn't really there. And this idea that Kyle was stoking political violence in the context of the show he was doing, I just don't think stands up. I think that
That's fair.
it was something that could have, and in my opinion, should have been dealt with by, what happened to just sincerely saying, I'm sorry that I made an insensitive joke. And it was something I said in the moment. I was clearly like adrenaline hyped. It was my birthday. And I said something that was a little bit crazy and a little bit wild. And I regret that and I apologize.
That's
Is that
the
possible
thing.
anymore?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't think so. And I think, look, and I'm like, I hate when people say like fucking SJWs and the woke media. I think that's bullshit. I think there's certainly ways that you can do this shit that isn't cringe. And look, I think, but unfortunately, this whole idea of like not. I kind of hate the whole statement of like you can't make any jokes anymore. I don't think that's true.
Oh, definitely.
But I think that can exist in maybe a more of an independent situation. With this, Jack Black is obviously, we've been talking today about it, how he's like hooked up with like Illumination to do the next installment in the most fantastic franchise ever, Super Mario, which we all fucking love. And
it's a me,
look,
Bowser.
I always thought that Jack Black was a super cool guy in the industry, and I think this kind of I don't know, it's like this Tenacious D always seemed like a bit of a passion project,
Yeah,
that
something
he did
they
with
did
Carl.
because they liked each other and cared about each other.
And I think obviously Jack is tons more famous than fucking Carl, and I think that he knew that. Jack was always this guy who was going off to do big Hollywood shit, and and that's fine. I think my problem with it as well is like, if they really were like friends and really were close, actually behind the scenes, they wouldn't have had this big dispute. And I think it's shitty that like, I guess I'm just assuming here, but I assume he would have gotten like PR complaints like this is gonna mess up. This might they might not hire you to do Bowser in the Super Mario Bros movie. But I generally think if he said
your
like,
role
look,
as Poe in Kung Fu Panda is jeopardized. You must fire your longtime friend.
Yeah, I know that might be scary to hear from him, but it's like my response to that would be like, listen, like I know, say if it was you and me on the stage, I know that maybe the joke was a bit insensitive and maybe a little inappropriate. Sure, the joke's a bit inappropriate, but whatever. I would just say this: it's like, let me talk to him. I'm sure, like we can sort something out. I think we understand why people were upset, and we can figure it out. No. You know what he did, D? He said, "Get rid of him." I think it's fucked. I think it's bad. I think it's shit. I kind of hate it. Like, I think it's like, what
is democracy manifest.
what kind of relationship did you have behind the scenes? Where like you're in a duo and the one of the person that makes you a duo, you just go, see ya.
Yes, sorry,
Bye.
you're not marketable anymore. Yeah.
It's sad. And to cancel a whole tour is like, that's a huge net loss easily. And that's crazy. Like,
it's sad to think of all the stadium like jobs and the workers who might get affected and any lost revenue and all the different people that are affected when a tour like that gets canceled. And it's sad that Jack couldn't just come out and like affirmatively support his buddy and be like, yeah, he's sorry and I stand by him.
But look, I'm not saying doing YouTube and being independent always results in that kind of outcome of like forgiving, but I certainly think it's something that we would like to do. Like,
yeah,
if God forbid one of us says something on a show that's maybe a bit controversial, I don't think at all we'd ever like be like, I am now going solo. I generally think it'd be something that we would talk about and whoever it would be and move on from it. I don't see the whole reason why I started this thing with you, and the same reason why they started Tenacious D, I assume, is because they enjoy collaborating together.
Yeah.
And
if anything, we'd be the first to try and give each other the benefit of the doubt, which is
Thank
what
you,
I think
Dan.
that, as friends, we deserve to kind of give each other and lend to each other. And look, I think it's sad. I would like to see them undo it, but I think unfortunately, really the effect.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much.
I think it's Tenacious done, my friend.
That's okay. That's a good.
Ta-ta and farewell.
That's a good.
Yeah, look, I just think it's Joever for them, and it's sad. I do think it's very sad to see such an iconic duo split over something that is so unfortunate because like it was just the perfect worst confluence of events. It was his birthday. Trump had just been assassinated. They're doing a show that he feels like it's
attempted assassination.
It's halfway.
Attempted assassination.
Attempted. Thank you. And it's halfway across the world, and he's thinking like, "Oh, I can just make a joke, and no one's even going to hear it or think about it." And it's sad to me that can have such a ripple effect. Because look, I think we can all denounce political violence to say that's not the right thing, but at the same time, and I'm not trying to be a legal twat here, but if we're gonna get very technical, okay, technically what he said is covered by freedom of expression. I mean, I don't think that I think what he said is a dubious statement to make, but it is one that's covered by freedom of speech, in my opinion. And so this whole thing of, and I think because of what he said, the context of it, I think it's something that definitely is a statement you can apologize for and move past. Sometimes people say something and it shows truly who they are and what kind of a person they are. I don't think this was one of those moments. I think this was just he was hyped up. He wanted to say something to get a laugh out of the crowd, and he said something that came out a bit fucked up.
Well, at least that crowd was the last to ever see Tenacious D live. That Sydney crowd.
Lucky them.
They got that last ever show without them even knowing it. True. They didn't even know that shit was going to be a thing.
In a way, that's a treat for them. They got the final Tenacious D performance.
They saw it live.
Yeah. Yeah.
They saw the Carl comment live.
They got something we may never get. Is another Tenacious D show.
I think they're done.
Rip Jack.
And even if Jack comes back to Carl, I'd be like, nah, fuck this.
Sorry, Bindi.
Sorry, Bindi.
Sorry, Bindi.
Sorry, Bindi.
It's over.
The oldest child is always the popular one. Sorry, Bindi. Fantastic quote there from from our
old school.
from our own
Exactly. 4LR fans will know what's going on.
from our own.
All right, pal. Do you want to
Yeah, let me go to
prep
the toilet
up
and
the next
I'll
segment? Oh my gosh.
and I'll switch to the.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a trip if I didn't go to the toilet.
Conor has to make a brief trip to the toilet, and so in that time, I'm going to play some music. Ah, lovely. Such a vibe. Oh, darling, we are here. We are in Margaret River. It's such a beautiful time. Take a look at this footage, folks. Take a look at this beautiful footage that we have of the wine tour right to my... what am I looking at? It's the right side of the screen, and it's to my left. That took me a second, but what a beautiful place we are in. Margaret River. It's filled with wineries. For those who don't know, it's a very secluded and rural area of Western Australia. There's a lot of breweries and wineries. It's a lovely area. And every year we come for about a week. We have a little trip, and make sure that we enjoy ourselves, that we have fun, that we soak up the local beauty, the beauty in our local area. We're on this trip.
Folks. I got him.
We're being diabolical, but that's kind of the beauty, It really is.
I got them, folks. I got the cans. You ready?
Boy, am I ready to have the beer of the week, my friend. Are you ready to get sloshy, pal, with a little bit of Gweilo? Look at this shit. Gweilo.
I drank beer with my friends.
All right.
What an unbelievable...
So I've tried this on the tap before. It's beautiful.
I'm going to play this again.
It's fantastic.
No
quite
audio,
frankly.
just so people can see the
I
lovely
drank
beer
beer
that we
with
have.
my friends.
Gweilo, 1.8.
Okay, I didn't
standard
check
drinks.
that. All right, 1.8.
Is
Beautiful
that right?
can.
I checked that. I tried to...
Yeah, no, you're on the money, baby.
Sometimes I had
Fantastic.
too many beers. Sometimes others did.
It's from Hong Kong. They had this on the tap at our local pub here in Margaret River,
Oh, is that right?
which you can believe it or not, but that's true. 'Cause it's a pretty rare thing to have on tap. But they had it.
Let's
They had a few kegs, I'm sure.
Let's get some sort of a vibe going. I think that despite
I
maybe
drank
some
beer
of
with
the
my friends.
limitations that we have regarding the green screen and,
Well,
and
that's
some
okay.
of the dark spots, I think that we can still
Hi.
enjoy a pub
Hello
vibe.
there.
I mean, what do you think?
Beautiful. And here's your
Oh, wow. Thank you, pal.
drink.
So kind. So kind of you.
I hope you enjoy it.
With that being said, should we embark on a little bit of music?
I would love that. Thank you.
Let's see. A little bit of music. A little bit of crowd
A little bit of...
vibes. Ka-ching.
How do you even say it?
Ka-chow.
Rainbow sherbet sour beer, Gweilo. And it has Chinese writing on it, so
You sure it's...
$5.30. I don't know, is it not? Oh,
It could be Japanese, my friend.
oh.
Sometimes I had too many beers.
Hong Kong
Sometimes others did.
is China?
I think.
Shit.
Is it? I don't know.
Our geography's fucked up, man.
It's like we're at home, but we're not. We're in the bar, but we ain't.
I suppose so.
So should we get open about our feelings?
Yeah, man. Cheers to that.
How you been doing? You okay? How you been finding the trip? I guess we're halfway through. I'd say we're halfway through. Today's
Yeah.
the halfway point. How are you feeling?
I guess it's funny because I feel like the first half feels maybe longer or maybe slower,
Definitely so.
slower paced
Yeah.
than the rest of the trip, because in the first half we're sort of getting our bearings, we're getting settled,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's not until the back half of the trip that we really get crazy, so to speak,
Yeah. Well, can I say about the clean guy seeing my cock?
Please get right to it.
Well, it's kind of like, it's a bit of a running gag, I suppose, because like some lady in the petrol station while I was doing my coffee saw my buttocks from a tear in my shorts. I'm sure it's a clip that you can go and find about me talking about that. So I guess it's becoming more normal, me not meaning to show people my body parts and them
and it
seeing
sort
them.
of slips out, yeah. Well,
So I'm interested to hear how you feel about the events, because we went to bed last night about 1 o'clock. I came, literally, I'm sleeping right behind this camera, and I stayed awake for about an hour watching like YouTube shit. But about 9, I think, 9-ish, I don't even know if he knocked. I don't know, but we have like a do not disturb thing that goes on the door, and I think yesterday I saw it flew off, and I put it back on. So I assume in the night or sometime before it flew off. So I guess he assumed maybe it was empty or
ready to be serviced.
Yeah, and I don't think he knocked.
We did have, like I know you mentioned, but we have one of those door things that literally says, "Please do not service."
Yeah, but I think it flew off.
It was incredibly windy and rainy last night, and I
think it flew off.
I think
I
you're
don't
right.
see why else he would come in.
Which sucks.
But it's weird though, because like I've never seen all the cleaning ladies here. I've only seen them being ladies. So
I see.
But yeah, because
maybe it's better then that it's the guy who saw your cock and balls.
The door is right in front of me, and then I'm sleeping here.
You want me to give a visual?
You can do a visual. That's fantastic. That's a fantastic. That's such a great idea.
That's the door.
Yeah. So
right there.
So he came through here,
and he opened it.
Yeah, and then
And Connor's literally
asleep. Yeah.
Was asleep right there with his cock and balls.
Right. So I did. Well, no, I wouldn't say it was. Okay. Well, yeah. Yes, Daniel. Yes. Well, I was naked from the waist down, but I didn't think anyone was going to come in. I don't know. Like I could normally.
Your right to.
I can normally like you're in the room just here, so just here is the room.
Understandable. Yes.
I can hear if you come out the bedroom because the door makes a noise, and yeah, it was kind of wild. He came in and we looked at each other, and he saw the full butcher shop, and I quickly covered up, and he was like, I don't even remember what. Here's what's crazy. Like, you think I would remember, but like I just woken up. Like he woke me up, and he was like, oh, I think he said something like, oh, sorry, I thought. And I was like, no, you're all right, mate, you're all right. And he was like, no, sorry. And then he closed the door. But you heard, what did you hear? Because you texted me and went,
bizarre.
So what did you hear? Because you texted me and was like, what was that shit? Like,
yeah, I texted you saying like, what the heck? Because what the heck is going on? Because I was in bed and I heard, what the hell? Basically, your little interaction of you being like, well, no, it's all right, mate, but just, we're not having a service today, you know?
So I did say that. I was like, no, we don't need cleaning, like.
That was basically what I remember the interaction being, was you were just like, nah, mate.
How bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I don't even think he knocked. I think he just like.
That's the thing I find odd, because I understand.
I don't know if the knock woke me up, but I think it was the. Because here's the thing, it's like, if the door opened up, I'd be like, I think I woke up thinking, oh, it's Dan going out for something.
Yeah.
But then just to see some random
Makes
guy
sense
in the
that you
room
would think that.
while I'm naked from the waist down was interesting.
Yeah.
I felt a bit exposed, quite frankly. But that's okay, I suppose. I don't think he did it in a malicious way, but like it was just kind of interesting. I don't know.
I can understand that. It would have been.
I don't want it to happen tomorrow.
Surprise.
It's more a thing. I don't know. It's like.
No, I think as long as the thing stays on the door.
Yeah, but it's like, well, that wasn't our fault. Like, it must have flown off in the wind. Like,
well, exactly. We didn't have anything to do with that.
but
we
if,
were just here.
if people are in the room, they're much sure there are people are in the room. That's why it came to service. Like, if that thing isn't on the door, if it doesn't say anything, doesn't that just mean like leave it alone? If it doesn't say like one side says clean, one side says don't.
That's right. They should
If
have
there's nothing,
Yeah.
it does that normally just mean like don't?
Where's the discreet nature of this hotel, folks?
It was
Come on.
fine. It's just a bit embarrassing, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he didn't enjoy it either. I just wonder how many times he's had that of just like
Walking in on people who are in compromising positions.
it was just so wild.
I couldn't imagine that, being walked in on. Because they know that in that situation, at least they know that it's no one's fault. Like, it's not like you were. Because it's not like you planned to flash the guy or anything.
No, I'm in the safety of my own room. I didn't think that at all.
There was no bad intentions. Everyone knows that.
I'm in the safety of my own room. I didn't think that at
Bizarre,
all.
man.
No, I didn't want someone to come in. It's so crazy. I just went back to sleep after that.
Hotels probably see it all, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe like big CBD, like Perth CBD.
They'd get a lot of the riffraff, the crazies.
So it's called Perth CBD.
Yes.
Isn't CBD weed?
CBD stands for Central Business District.
Right, but isn't weed CBD?
Yes, but that's a different. It's like cannabinoid, I think, is CBD.
Right.
Something, mate.
Do model places have CBD? As in, like, is it Perth CBD? Is there like New York CBD?
Yeah. I don't know if the Americans have a different name for it, but yeah, New York would have a central business district, so to speak.
That's Perth City then.
Yes, Perth City would be the
Is there a Sydney City and stuff?
The Sydney CBD, yeah.
Is there a Sydney City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what do you think? What do you think Sydney is, my friend?
Brisbane City?
Yeah.
CBD.
You won't believe this about Adelaide. They got a CBD.
They got a CBD. Do you like the drink?
Gweilo. I've had this rainbow sherbet sour beer before.
It is pretty gorgeous.
You know what? It's a bit like a, this is so specific, but when we were kids at the cafe at school, you could buy these little like sherbet sour rolly things. Do you remember those?
Yes. Finny or something.
Can't even remember the name of it.
Trolley.
but
Yeah.
You could, they were like these little sherbet
Oh, they were the
sour
best.
rolly things.
They were the best.
And
Jesus.
this beer reminds me exactly of that because it's very,
You know what I'm talking about?
it's like a bit soury, a bit sugary. I get a bit sweaty when I drink because I get that sugar rush vibe almost.
You get a bit sweaty when you drink sugary beers?
I think so. I don't know how to just, describe it. Yeah, I get a little bit, glistening.
Well, fantastic. I enjoy it. I like it.
But I do think it's a good beer. I like the taste of it.
You can feel the indigestion. Do you suffer from indigestion? Because I get it's hereditary for my family to be like indigested fucks. My nan had it. My dad has it. He's always complaining about his indigestion. Like, excuse me. Sorry. Well, that's the indigestion talking right there. Speaking of in the same bed that man saw me in, I think it was the second night in. I woke up and I had such bad indigestion all night, and then in my sleep I went, and I had a bit of acid reflux to the top of my throat.
Oh boy.
And it went back down.
Oh god.
Thank you for fake Karen.
I'm glad you didn't yak.
Thank you for fake Karen. I do appreciate.
I do get it.
I do appreciate the fake concern.
All right. All right, pal. I do care.
Thank
about
you for that.
We have a relationship. I care about
It was bad. It was horrible.
I'm sure it was.
Oh God, says Dan when I said that. Okay. Sorry for leaving that for the show and expecting a heartwarming response from
I'm
you.
sorry. I mean, what? You nearly yacked in your sleep?
Oh no, don't
Is that what
worry.
you're
It's
trying to
fine. Yes.
Well, I'm
almost
glad
as-
you're here. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll take a vote on how you
very
how you
glad.
handle that, but
Sorry, I may have not fully understood what you were trying
that's
to tell
okay.
me, you know. I'm
That's
doing.
okay.
You know, we're switching. We're doing everything. It's
I will happily take over the role switching when we get the monitor.
so that I can
Well,
pay
it takes
attention
your mind
to your
off
stories.
things.
I know.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I do apologize.
No, you're right. Where we going now? What's the thing?
Well,
Gen Z skirt and a mini. Gen Z
That's-
skirt and a mini.
exactly.
Gen Z skirt
Where
and a
we're
mini.
going, my friend.
Gen Z skirt and a mini.
You know what I'm talking about?
You took the words right out of my mouth, my good friend. We are going to talk about a follow-up. Last week we discussed such a fun, such a great video, folks, of these lovely ladies who were dancing together, and they were singing about Gen Z boss in a mini, itty bitty titties,
Yes.
and a bob.
Yeah.
Might I
Itty bitty
have?
titties and a bob.
Yes.
Itty bitty titties and a bob.
Correct. Might I remind you? It was sort of iconic, and as we discussed last week on the show, it did go quite mighty viral. In fact, so much to the point that we talked about it, of course, and a lot of people were talking about it. I saw this video be shared a lot. I mean, did you see it come up a lot after we talked about it, or what was?
Yeah, I
sort of...
saw it on the day we did the video, and yeah, I saw it a bit. Yeah.
I've seen it come up quite a few times, and I think our analysis was pretty good. I like, what we said. I like what we had to say. I don't think we...
Did we have the hot take?
No, I think we had a good take, frankly. I think what we said was pretty fair and made a lot of sense. I don't think we said a single thing to be ashamed of, frankly.
I haven't seen the sequel, so I'm keen to see that.
And I'm bringing it up today for the exact reason that, yes, there is, in fact, a sequel to the Gen Z TikTok cringe. And that's exactly what we're going to do today for you folks. We are going to react to the lovely Gen Z boss and a mini follow-up video that we have right here for you. Right here for you. Thank you. This video... sorry about that. I'm going to apologize for that burp into the mic right now. Going to get ahead of it. Thank you. This video is the same girlies in the same office with a bit of a follow-up addressing some of the comments that were made during the previous video's virality. So let's take a look.
Hey, God, bring it back. Gender pay gap, bring it back. It's giving me...
So the first one... So I think they're responding to critical
Gender
comments.
pay gap, bring it back.
Yeah, so it's people who I guess watched the...
Right, so this is like the...
Yeah, you get the vibe.
The insult return.
Exactly.
Right, okay,
And they're acknowledging some of the...
Okay, all right.
Particularly
Go off, ladies.
shitty... Yeah, exactly, yes.
All right, go off, ladies.
I see no reason in...
All right.
in not letting them take the W. But yes, let's see what their response is.
Gender pay gap, bring it back. Gender pay gap, bring it back. It's giving millennial core. It's giving millennial core. Women should go back to the kitchen. Women should go back to the kitchen. Try not to cringe, impossible.
I kind of did, I gotta say, I did like the little hand thing she had going on.
Is that the 5'3" girl?
That's the itty titty bob. Itty bitty titties, excuse me. This girl that we're looking at now is itty bitty titties.
Right, and the girl after I think is 5'3" with an attitude.
Yes. So the itty bitty titties girl, she's doing the old millennial like.
Oh Lord.
Pookie. And
what are you doing?
5'3". Let's see what she's got going on.
Women should go back to the kitchen. Women should go back to the kitchen.
Oh, the spatula.
I kind of think they're slaying it. I actually can't deny it. I think this is a decent clapback.
All right.
Try not to cringe, impossible. Try not to cringe, impossible.
She's going for it. Is that my trench coat girl?
Yeah, that's the trench. That's the secret product of the trench.
Wow.
Try not to cringe, impossible.
Try not to cringe, impossible. Okay. All right.
Make it stop, hate this. Make it stop, hate this.
She's having fun. She's just having a good time. Is that you right now?
Well,
make it stop. Hate this.
No, just like, yeah, okay. Is that one of the worst ones you could? Everyone's saying make it stop. Hate this. I suppose. Like, is there not anything more like?
Can you be a bit more original, sweetheart?
Well, the ones before it was kind of original. This one's like where the one comments.
Buy them on a hoop. Buy them on a hoop.
Fire them all in a what?
A hoop. That was a throwback to the original.
Oh, because she had hoops.
Fake tan hands and a hoop. So that was fire them all in a hoop.
Can you play it again?
Yeah, we'll play it again.
Look, I can kind of respect it, I guess.
Okay, let's see. Let's
Gen
see how
Z
much
boss in a mini. Gen Z boss in a mini.
Oh. Okay, let's see.
Gender pay gap, bring it back. Gender pay gap, bring it back. It's giving millennial core. It's giving millennial core. Women should go back to the kitchen. Women should go back to the kitchen. Try not to cringe, impossible. Try not to cringe, impossible. Make
She's
it stop,
really.
hate this.
She's the trench coat girl. She's really going. Bro, she's really going for it. Like, she's definitely.
She is going.
Dude, she's got. She's committed to the bit.
Okay, I
can respect
will agree
that.
with.
She's really like. Look at this. Look at this screen. Look at this. Look at that screen grab. That's insane.
Oh my! Wow.
Try not to cringe, impossible. Make it stop, hate this. Make it stop, hate this. Buy them on a hoop. Buy them on a hoop.
Okay.
Honestly,
no.
To me,
Great.
if anything,
ladies, you killed it.
If anything, that
You
clapback
killed it, ladies.
is like a good way to say, you know what? We have fun in this workplace. We're girlies that just enjoy what's going on, and I respect it.
Jesus. Excuse me. Do they care about our fucking thoughts?
Well, that's exactly correct. Is that frankly they don't, and they probably shouldn't.
Oh, look, it must be hard to get all that hate. Like, I don't.
Well, I'm glad they have each other.
I don't.
Frankly, I'm glad they work for a company that didn't just be like, this was cringe. We're never doing that again. It sounds like they obviously let them, challenge it and sort of talk shit on it.
We'll take the worst comments and make a whole different thing about it, which is good. I just think it's kind of.
Boss in a mini.
Love it.
Itty bitty titties in a bob.
Gen Z's trying to what?
New Frank Green and a sneaky link. Fake 10 hands in a hoop. 5'3" and an attitude.
I kind of
You
love
have
it.
all those soundbites?
Yeah, one day they'll come in handy.
Gen Z boss in a mini?
Gen Z boss in a mini.
Him again.
Gen Z boss in a mini.
Okay.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Okay,
5'3"
so.
and an attitude.
Look, okay, they are enjoying their time in a workspace.
Itty bitty titties in a bob.
How am I meant to respond to that? Give me drop here my honest opinion on itty bitty titties and a bob. I don't know. I don't know what I can say. Am I going to get in trouble? No, I think they're lovely ladies. And look, I say no hate to these girls. I say go for it.
Yeah.
I think they must acknowledge what they're doing is a bit cringe. That's cool. Maybe what we're doing is cringe. How many people do we have per week commenting? Not everyone should have a podcast. You know.
Why do you guys even
That's
bother?
fair. You can say that bullshit to me.
That's to the new episode.
I still swear a sneaky link is like a cheeky fuck.
A sneaky link is the link to the latest episode of the For a Laugh podcast.
Well, they better watch.
Yeah, baby.
Well, you better.
You better.
Well, you better.
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
5'3" and an attitude.
Are you 5'3"?
No. Come on.
You're quite small.
I'm shorter than you, but I am 5'3". Although
sure?
I do have an attitude.
Sorry, Mindy.
Well, that's true. Are you sure?
Yeah. No. Yes. Come on.
Are you sure? 5'3".
Why are you...
I hope Dan is going to be okay.
Are you sure?
I hope Dan is going to be okay.
All right. I trust you. Oh, you spin on that thing?
That's what I meant to hear.
Have you got the fart? Yeah, the...
Yes.
Can we have the... Can someone watching say if that's real or not?
I'm farting on it.
That's boring.
I'm farting on it.
Can you hit me with the fart again?
Oh, wait. There we go.
It's a real fart, but was it edited in?
That's the question for the ages.
That is a question for the ages.
That's boring.
And that is boring. Well, thank you, folks.
Wow.
We're supposed to... We're now, I assume, walking to the pub, which is...
Yeah, have an evening out and about.
I'll have a...
Sometimes I had too many beers. Sometimes others
The local
did.
bottle-o.
The local bottle.
Have a couple of beers. Down in Margaret River.
Yeah, I'm going to hit a Bloody
Enjoy
Mary
yourselves.
tonight, I reckon.
Ooh.
I had one the other day and it was great. There I said it.
You know what we had the other day was those slushies. They do those slushies.
Ah. Well,
Pink gin slushy and a tropical
call me fucking
pineapple
Carson.
slushy.
Call me Carson because I'm there.
Ooh,
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you guys. I think that really wraps up the show for today. I think we've gotten through a lot of it. We've done it all.
We'll be back. We're back, right?
I'd do it again.
Yes,
We're
we
back.
are.
Yeah, we are back.
Back soon. Back for another show. We're going to see how we go. We're going to try our very best to bring you guys a live show from Margaret River.
Yes.
If worst comes to worst and plans fall through, we'll let you know. But otherwise, please expect a lovely, beautiful live show from Margaret River.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
We are here to have such an amazing time.
Is it the weekend?
Such an amazing holiday.
Thank you.
We love being here. We love being here together.
Thank you.
Cheers, my friend. You want me to hit the outro? My good pal.
Sorry
my best
for that
pal.
one, folks.
My bestest of pals. My bestest of friends. Such good times to have a podcast here with you. And here's for the rest of a good freaking holiday, my friend.
Yeah, dude.